Hello, welcome back. So it's been a while. So I decided to continue the Blender 101 series, and since we saw a lot of like stuff for like the UI, I want to get it now into like 3D modeling and continue expanding that a little bit more. So on today's tutorial, I want to start with the very simple basics of what to start 3D modeling objects, or in this case, edit mode, and what's edit mode, how to find it, and that kind of stuff. How to switch an object from object mode to edit mode. The very simple stuff. So if you're learning Blender, this is literally your tutorial. If you have experience with this, please, this is not. If you have experience with this stuff, this is not for you. But you're welcome to watch anyways. All right, I'm going to add an object here. I'm going to assume that you already know how to add objects and that kind of stuff. In case you don't know, it's Shift A, cube. And right now, this object is in object mode right now, right here. Okay, if I want to do modification to this object, I'm going to have to go right here and go to edit mode. This is how you start 3D modeling stuff, like, modeling this object or modifying it or adding modifications to it. Or adding subdivisions, etc. Yeah, that's basically it. This is kind of like using the menus. If you want to add, use your keyboard like a little faster. In some computers, I mean, in some blenders, when you press Tab, you're gonna see this little pie menu here. You can just go to edit mode, the same thing, or object mode. In my case, I have it with Control Tab because it's faster. This way I can just go into into edit mode and get out of edit mode. Just quick like that. All right, so that's basically it. Let's go edit mode. And now to start modifying this, that you're gonna be able to see all the vertices, and you press number 2, be like the edges, and number 3, the faces. If you go to number 2, you can select only the edges or in edges. If you select 4, you will select the face. It's just how it works. There you go, just like that. Number 3, we just select the whole face. You can do that also over here in this menu, in this little options right here. You can see that vertices, edges, and faces right there. If you put the mouse over, it's just going to tell you exactly, just like that. All right. And to start like adding subdivision to this object, like right now it's very basic. So if you want to extrude or modify, like insert or any of that stuff, like a bevel, all those concepts we're gonna see in depth. But I'm just gonna show you real quick the potential for edit mode, so you can see exactly what you can be doing. But this is just an example. So I'm gonna press Ctrl R in the keyboard, and you're gonna see this line appear in very different angles of the object, right? So this means that right now I can add a ton of these subdivisions or select the position of my subdivision that I'm going to be adding right now. So let's say that I have only one line, right? And I'm like, okay, I just put it right there. Like, oh crap, I meant to add maybe like 2. But now what do? I had to undo and do it again? No, you can just go here to this little menu and you just select 2 or more. You can just, go crazy and add all the ones you want. But in this case, 2 is fine for the example that we're going to be making here, right? And you can do that in any angle that you want, or just like this, and you already had 2, just like that. Or over here, I'm just gonna do that for the sake of this tutorial, just like that. If you press, if you want to remove any of these ones, you can just press select the whole loop with Alt and select, Alt and left click select, just like that. And you press Ctrl X, and it's literally just going to dissolve those vertices. So we're just gonna, dissolve that selection right there, just like that. All right. So now that we had this, this is kind of like a modification that you can do. A quick example to edit, edit up and stuff like that. Extrude. You can just, I'm gonna delete. I'm gonna do that. These are the kind of things that you're going to be able to do once you're in edit mode. I'm not explaining those concepts right now because this is just me showing you the potentials of edit mode. Very simple stuff. Selected that over there, and now once I select this one, it can be like do the same thing over there. What I essentially did is literally repeat the last command that I executed. In this case, it was literally just the bevel. Again, we're gonna see this in other tutorials. This is just me showing you the potentials of edit mode. I'm gonna select this right here. I'm gonna create something like this. Or maybe I'm gonna select all of these and I'm gonna duplicate it and I'm gonna move it over here. Select this right here and I'm gonna create a bridge and those right there. I'm gonna select this right here and fill. Oops. Grid fill. There you go. You know, stuff like this. This is just things that you can do. I know I'm going a little faster, but I'm just like, again, I'm just showing you the potentials of edit mode, the things that you can do with edit mode. I don't even know what this is. All right. Instead of a spaceship or something. Nah, I don't know. All right. I don't know. So let me just do a recap here. Okay, the idea for the tutorial was, okay, edit mode, we got over here, object mode, edit mode. Oh, crap. Edit mode, object mode, simple like that. Or tab, edit mode, just like that. Or control tab to easily just, switch from one mode to the other. I have it in control tab because it's just easier for me. It's faster that way. I know some people prefer having tab for it, but it's the idea is just to have a notion where that is. And once you're in edit mode, you can just start moving around the stuff. If you prefer to use the manipulators, you can also do that. I know that most free software use the manipulators, just easier, visually. If you're learning that, I will recommend for you to use the manipulators. I don't know, maybe it's just easier for you to like kind of not get lost, but for me, just just now I just do it by the keyword. And if you want to do it with the keywords, at least it's simple. It's just press G to move, press Z or X or Y, and it would just move it down like that. If you press double tap G, kind of like do this kind of stuff, But anyways, yeah, that's basically it. If you press to S, obviously you're gonna have, this is the master transform, I guess. You're gonna have the rotation, you can have the scale, and you can have the move, all of them in the same manipulator or transform type of visualizer, I guess. That's, if you want to call it that way. But it gets to a point that this is kind of, it gets in the way, I guess. That's how I see it. That's why most of the time I just don't use it, and I just use the keyword for this kind of stuff because I don't know, it's easier to handle. Anyways, yeah, that's basically the idea of the tutorial, just to show you, go to edit mode, get out of edit mode, use the different tools for it, and the potential for edit mode to start modeling your amazing objects. So yeah, that's basically it. We're gonna be making a lot of stuff here, more example. So I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye bye.